TV channel, and this is the Conversation Corner with your host, the author Andrew Snorton. And tonight, for our special holiday edition, we are on location at Young, Gifted, and Black Children's Bookstore and Workshop. And we've got something that's going to be a little bit different from how we normally do the show. But first, before we introduce our guest host, we're going to take care of a couple real quick station announcements, and then we're going to roll out how we're doing things just a tad bit different for the holidays. So, as a reminder, if you or someone you know is looking for a network home, look no further than the Status Network. There are multiple channels, multiple shows, platforms. For those of you doing film, we've got a movie channel, and we've got a radio station. So make sure to look at the bottom of the screen, the bottom of the flyer, so that way you'll have the info you need to find your network home. And shouts to the Ear Candy Experience. They are the band that... Go ahead, do that. Exactly. So shouts to the Ear Candy Experience. If you are looking for a top-notch band that can do a little bit of everything, jazz, R&B, rock, hip-hop, you name it, they can do it. Yes, all that. And yes, as you heard my guest host say, all that and then some. Give it up for the Ear Candy Experience. And as we said, tonight we're doing our show a little bit differently. The person who is our guest host is no stranger to hosting shows and what have you. We have Ms. Tangy Spicey here.
It's the boom, boom, boom. You didn't do it. You did. Dun, dun, dun. I didn't get no sound effects.
You'll get the sound effects. There we go. So as you can tell, we are out here at Young, Gifted, and Black Bookstore. So first off, Tangy, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. I'm excited, and I love how this setup is looking. I even love the store name. It's deliciously great.
I tell you what, it's a creative name.
Very.
And before we get into how we're going to do the show tonight, give people a little bit of a background, where you're based out of, and a few of your moving parts.
A few of my moving parts like this. So I model, act, I sing, I write. I'm very creative in a lot of things. Follow me on TikTok as well, Tangy Spicey. That's TangySpicey 81. Instagram, same thing, just Tangy Spicey. You can look me up on Facebook if you want to. It's Tangy Shaw. But if you really want to laugh, catch me outside.
I tell you what, multifaceted, multi-talented,
yes.
And I'm so glad that you are taking time out of your schedule for tonight's show. Now, normally y'all are used to me doing my thing, etc., so on and so forth, but tonight we're going to do it a little bit differently. After we wrap up this first segment, we're going to go ahead and bring in one of the owners of the bookstore. As you can see right here, we've got its books all over the place.
Everywhere.
All over the place and more. Then after that segment, Tangy's going to basically be running the show.
So that's what I do. Tell your friends.
She looks like she runs stuff. Well, I don't want to say boss. We're just going to say someone who is capable with her leadership.
Thanks. You know what? Your words are delicious. Keep on talking about me. Go ahead.
So is. Exactly. Even got my haircut too. So Tangy's going to lead the segment with me and guest author Trae Johnson, who's got 2 great books doing some amazing work. And then to close out, Tangy's going to have the roundtable with both me, author Trae Johnson, and of course Jeremy from the bookstore.
Yes.
So that's how we're going to end up doing tonight. Again, a little bit different, but I think, for the holidays, okay.
Switch it up a little bit.
Or, make it spicy.
Yay.
Make it spicy.
That's right.
So before we go into the first commercial break, what are some upcoming events, projects that you have that people can plug into and lend support?
Oh my gosh, I just filmed with T.I.'s son and Jessica the Prankster 2 days ago. We have a film, actually a series that's going to be on Netflix. It's called Wash Wars. And I just got offered to come on the 3rd season. Bruh, thank you. I have other things coming up, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I want to shock the world,
In other words, just like that steak at a cookout, you can let it marinate a little bit.
Yeah, I put a little sprinkle on there, a little myrrh.
Little bit of, well, I can't give away all the trade secrets, but we're just going to put a little bit of extra flavor to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to take our first brief break, and we come back, we're going to have one of the ownership team of this amazing bookstore, Young, Gifted, and Black Children's Bookstore and Workshop, right here in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
So I always go back to that, and I always feel that Lisa is kind of guiding me. Lisa is putting people in front of me that need. So
you have the darkness here. Every hat tells a story, because everything is like I told you before. Everything is faith based. These hats have different colors. I would love for you. Oh, there it is on the screen.
No.
Bam.
We have been present. Alpha Phi Alpha, like I said, was founded in 1906, and we've been present in front of the scenes and behind the scenes at every important pivotal moment in American history since 1906.
Entertainment, business, community, and more. Join us every second and fourth Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Status Network, the live TV channel, for the Conversation Corner hosted by the author Andrew Snorton. And let's have a conversation.
Shown on the Status Network, live TV, and let's have a conversation. We'll see you soon.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back from Young Gifted and Black Children's Bookstore and Workshop here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And we've got Jeremy, who's one of the creative leadership team. How are you doing this evening?
I'm excellent. How are you, sir?
Hey, doing great. Being creative has been the modus operandi, and this is a creative space and place. So before we get into all the great things that are taking place at the bookstore, walk through with our viewers where you're originally based out of, and what would you say was that pivotal moment where you thought, hey, we need to do more with our love of reading?
Well, the original vision for Young Gifted and Black Children's Books began in Houston, Texas. My mother, educator not by trade, but just by the nature of who she is, started in our neighborhood in Houston, Texas, rounding up the neighborhood kids. And we started a summer program that actually went 3 summers strong, and was able to administer a great deal of help in terms of literacy, mathematics. I had the gift of being brought up by some tremendous teachers, and she grabbed all of those people together and established a coalition of the willing, and we were able to touch and reach a lot of children. So that's where the name originally started. And so we brought that vision here into this space and created Young Gifted and Black Children's Books.
So, wow, like you said, you set up shop in Texas, doing great things deep in the heart of Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Then came out of here. They can find you in the at least one of the suburbs, Stone Mountain. And now you're here. Okay,
A-town,
there you go. A-Town. There we go. And everything. Sound effects right on. Now, you land here in Stone Mountain. Walk through with our viewers how long you've been here and part of your core programming for kids. That's not all that you do, but let's start there.
Yeah, so we're in Stone Mountain, Georgia, 5370 Stone Mountain Highway, right next to Trend Urban Cafe. Got to plug them if you haven't been there. The food is amazing. So we're right next door to them. Our primary focus is the children, right? Without children, there is no future. So our focus is primarily them. We have a number of programs that we offer for children. We offer reading tutoring for pretty much all ages. We do a fantastic sippy cup and paint. The space is also available to rent for children's birthday parties, where we do African and Black-centered themed birthday parties. So that's kind of our focus as it is right now. But we just want to share that love of reading.
And I tell you what, through reading, we know reading helps create critical thinking, creative thinking. It helps with your vocabulary. It just helps build up your confidence. And like people can see, we really are in the bookstore, ladies and gentlemen. This is no soundstage. This is like the real deal. Like the view that you've got right here, you've got what the book repository up here, all this other stuff, and it's right here at the Rock, right here at Stone Mountain. Walk us through why you felt it was so important of all the places in Metro Atlanta to be here.
It just felt central. Felt central to DeKalb County, right kind of in the middle of Gwinnett. You're not too far from the city of Decatur. Just felt like a very central location, and kind of gave us an avenue to reach as many people as we could, given this spot. And so it's has turned out to be a tremendous blessing for us to be right here.
Now, another thing, which is where I tell you what, you guys have been a big help to me, and I'm sure you're going to be a big help to our guest author coming up on the next segment. In addition to the programming for kids, you actually provide services and opportunities for local authors.
Correct.
So walk through with us the motivation behind that, which I'm glad you are, seriously, but walk through the motivation behind that.
I think, traditionally, I think people are kind of used to red tape, so we get a lot of local authors who come in, they're like, hey man, I got this book. What do I have to do to get it in here? And we kind of cut down on a lot of I think they expect like they have to fill out some kind of paperwork or something, or you have to know somebody. And the only thing that we tell them is you have to kind of drum up your own publicity and be willing to come in and sell your own book and bring your people. And so what we do is we put you on the calendar for a signing. And of course, we'll host you and present you and promote you on our social media networks. But all you have to do is be willing to bring your book in. After the signing, we usually keep anywhere from 3 to 5 books on the shelf. And that has been successful in terms of helping to promote local authors. And there are a great amount in the area. And so we're actually trying to grow that section, and, because we've accumulated such a number of books, we're actually going to develop a local author section where we present all those authors in the store.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're a local author, does your book have to be a children's book, or as long as you're a local author and it just aligns with the love of reading, tapping into different topics?
As long as you're a local author, first and foremost, we do like children's books, but also, it's the theme has to line up with kind of what our mission is here. You have to be promoting literacy. We do kind of skim the books. We want to make sure that the reading and the writing is of a quality that we would like to promote here. But other than that, that's kind of all that we ask.
Well, I tell you what, that sounds amazing. So before we go to our next commercial break, let people know the best ways for people to add, support, follow, all that good stuff.
Well, on Instagram and Facebook, we are YGB Children's Books. Once again, YGB Children's Books. If you want to reach us, you can also reach us online at ygbchildrensbooks.com. On there, you'll see our calendar, and you can sign up for any events and also notice any events that we have going on in store. Once again, we're at 5370 Stone Mountain Highway, Stone Mountain, Georgia. So if you're in the area, come and check us out. Like I said, we're right next door to Trend Urban Cafe. Thank you so much for having us, Brother Snorton.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to bring you back at the end, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to our next commercial break, and then Tangy's going to make it spicy because she's going to interview author Trae Johnson and yours truly, Muy Caliente.
If you're in the Houston, Texas, or surrounding area, make sure to connect with Can I Be Tipsy? They will take care of your 21 and older needs for your event and more. So whether it's during the upcoming holiday season or any event, make sure to connect with the Houston, Texas-based Can I Be Tipsy? Many thanks to Styletainment for their outstanding event, the Old Hollywood Gala, which took place on December 11th. I was blessed to not only be a red carpet host, but a presenter as it recognized breast cancer survivors and more. Make sure to check out the recap at asnortonccs.com/blog. Shouts to Ty Restatai, who's been a previous guest on our show, for Divas and Dolls. After all, every little girl around the world deserves a doll, so these amazing women across the country and more have done drives to collect dolls and provide much-needed holiday cheer. Congratulations. Many thanks to our guest host, Tangy Spicey, who keeps it spicy, which is about any and everything she does. Arts and entertainment, event hosting, and more. So make sure to connect with her, Tangy Spicey, on your favorite social media platforms. And remember, keep it spicy. Shouts to our friends at Red Level Entertainment doing amazing events in the Phoenix, Arizona area, Chicago, Illinois, basically all over the country. Make sure to connect with them at the information provided. And yes, we will finally be getting out their way in February, so stay tuned. When it comes to photography, video, short film, documentaries, commercials, and more, you definitely need to get the picture. Make sure to connect with Chris 10 Media for these and your related media needs on your social media platforms of Instagram, Facebook, and more at Chris 10 Media. It's about living free. It's about understanding your hat is your crown. And whether it is specific styles for men and women, or even custom styles, including, check it out, the custom design for yours truly. There's only one men's and women's fedora company you want to connect with. That's right, 1820 Hats. They've been a guest on the show. Connect with them at 1820hats.com, 1820 Hats on your favorite social media platforms, and live free.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Conversation Corner. We have Drew and
Author Trae Johnson.
Get a little spice in there.
Oh, spice like gumbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, I can take a little bit. I don't need no practice.
You know I love this right here.
Oh, yeah, girl.
So where you from?
I'm from Harlem, Georgia.
For real?
Yes. Harlem, Georgia.
You ain't
Outside of
never
AUG.
For real?
Yes. Hometown James Brown and all the good stuff.
James Brown, you know?
Yes.
Can you dance?
Girl, please. Michael Jackson gonna need my advice.
Ooh.
You might not be able to get it.
Why? Okay, so welcome in.
Thank you.
We're excited about your information you're about to give us.
Yes.
So you're an author, but before we talk about that, is this what you've always wanted to do?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Since when? Like,
Since when I was
how about the...
No, since I was a little child and saw this little pretty little girl I want to holler at, and my game a little weak, so I just wrote a little love note. Do you like me or not? Will you be my girlfriend?
What'd she say?
She laughed. And,
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Woo. Got it.
But hey, I manned up. 5 years old, I manned up, and then, you know, I would write my story. No doubt.
So, have you always had one genre of, you know, was it scary? Was it serious? Like, what is your go-to?
My go-to is both. I got nonfiction, as far as how to educate you, where's my new book, How to Climb the Mountain of Financial Aid.
Yay!
Take my 11 years of financial aid and college experience, put it in this book so I can educate the youth. Since we are a young, gifted, and black bookstore,
Come on now,
try to educate the youth. And do you like a good story, good family story, family stars?
Because, you know, we don't know how to really talk about our feelings a lot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're a little like, nah, I'm good. I mean, I be wanting to jump off a bridge sometimes.
And see, that's why therapists make so many millions of dollars a year.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
And prayer, prayer do change things.
Prayer change things.
I do need some of that gumbo. I'm kind of hungry. Okay, so tell me about this one, The Family Scars.
Sure. Family Scars is about this deacon and businessman named Ellis Hickman.
Wait, deacon and who?
Businessman.
Oh, I thought you said deacon and the B word. Go ahead.
Now, deacon is a businessman who unfortunately lost his wife to cancer.
Okay.
And so him dealing with the struggles and the pains of losing her, now he got to reestablish a relationship with his kids.
Okay.
Now he realized that the things he did in the past affect him in the future, which I call
so true.
Which I call it family scars.
Yes.
Like, you can be 10 years old, get a cut, and you're 30, you can still see the mark.
Yeah, or mad and be scratching, you know, like you scratching and stuff.
You can still see it for many years. So yeah.
I still got one. It's on my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I got that same scar on their knee. Falling off them, the bicycle. Yes.
Daredevil.
I know, I did that, but I flipped over the handlebar and did a trip and then a flip and then pay out.
Y'all rolling dirty like that in Texas?
Yeah, I'm actually a tomboy, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I just not dress up. So anyway, so you write books.
Yes.
Is there any other hobbies or career things that you do besides this?
Well, I enjoy writing. I definitely enjoy spending time with family, friends. You know, it's the holidays, so definitely thankful for that. I'm excited. My favorite group is coming in town, so I do some dad stuff here and there.
Who it is?
Of course, you know, I can't really get too much because I don't want to, sweat my.
We can't come to the concert.
You know, I'm just shaking my head because I know what group it is, and it's like,
yes, you gonna miss it.
No, maybe some people just need to push play. But no, there's footage of you from when this group. We're just gonna go ahead and say, new editions coming.
Me and him saw Belle Bigelow and actually danced with him on stage.
You sure did.
So
sure.
when I get an invite, I'll fly back down. I'm here for it.
Well,
you already said no.
Well,
your spirit.
Well, I got to talk to some of my management and other people. So, but we used to get together.
Okay.
But you got your shows and stuff. So
I mean, I do, but it's still, you know.
Yeah, that's cool, but it's all ending about 7. I mean, technically 6, but I feel like I'm part of the group too.
Oh,
so.
maybe next time.
Okay, maybe next time.
Or we can go travel with them.
Possibly, but then I'll be too busy, promoting my book. High Tide Mountain financially. I got so many high school students need to be educated.
That conversation needs to happen at an early age. And the reason why,
Preach.
Because when I say I was lost it.
You in the jungle then.
Yeah, gone. I'm still paying bills from 1972. I need help. So I know that I done prayed until I couldn't pray no more. I'm on bending knee here.
Oh, that's why you get that scratch.
Yeah. Down in the mountains. But this, I believe, should be in classes.
And it's so funny you said that because I actually break down loans. Not just for our student loans, but loans that you can actually, you want to take a car loan or any other personal loan. Just how loans work. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, never educate on finance. So I just break down everything from finances, college life, some of the questions you should ask, do's and don'ts. So when you get there, it's not going to be so much intimidating.
Do you still own your?
No, thankfully.
I'm so jealous.
But to Trae's point, financial aid, financial literacy, those are important pieces, regardless if you're going to a 4-year, 2-year. There's principles that he's put in there that you can apply towards anything. So it's good that he's doing that, and just keep at it because we're all in agreement.
It's needed, and I if I had children like this, I'd be like, baby, hold this dollar till tomorrow, like little stuff to make them get their mind right. Because when I moved out, I was lost it, and I was gone. Apartment, you're like, oh, I want to go to the mall. I'm not thinking about rent. I'm thinking about let me get some clothes and groceries. But I can't blame it on anybody.
But then again, you also to your circle too, because I'm not a parent yet. Hopefully in the future.
In Jesus' name.
Yeah, Jesus' name, all that good stuff.
Oh, send it down.
But again, you got to make sure your child has the tools to be successful.
Absolutely.
So far as goals, far as if the child want a car, you save money, make sure you get a car.
Absolutely.
You got to take care of your investment for your child as far as education. Even if you don't go to college, what are some of the next steps? You might want to say, you might want to try to own a business. So save up for that. Understanding loans, business loans, and so forth.
Back to your book. Do you do audio as well?
I'm working on it. That's one of the next steps. Do some audio. Yes. I may not be able to do it, though. My deep voice, I might get sued. People might think I'm Denzel or Idris Elba.
Right. So
my voice.
Oh, wow. It dropped a little.
Yeah, it's dropping like it's hot.
Okay.
But that is something coming in the future for people, especially this traffic in Atlanta, in an hour, 2 hours. You can read the book, you feel like, man, I can't wait to take my child to college.
You know what? I'm loving all this. I'm loving it.
Yes. Go ahead, Go ahead, girl.
He's singing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do all that in there.
Oh, you know what?
No.
I see you have some books over here.
Yeah. So, real quick, 2017, my first book, Deeper Than Your Deepest Sleep, Thoughts on Love with Joseph Snorton. This is definitely a read for anyone who's a lover of poetry. It's actually based on conversation with extended family who I didn't know existed. Oh, wow. And what we did, it's a poetic retelling of the action of love through the lens of family, community, people in your life, people no longer in your life.
Sure.
It even takes some spiritual overtones, but unlike a lot of poetry, the beginning of each chapter is a portion of the conversation. That way the reader knows the context. So instead of you nodding your head in agreement, but not having a clue of what the author's talking about, you feel like you're walking in step with them. 9 Stories of Faith is probably like my biggest seller. And all of us are dealing with something, but some people are dealing with something each and every day. There are people out there living with physical health issues, mental health issues, life after incarceration, life after a family member dies. So what I did, it's interview-based. It's cross-faith because you're involving people from Christianity, Hinduism, and Islam. Not only talking about through the lens of their faith, but best practices in health and wellness, how they incorporate their support network, but how they've changed their way of thinking to live positive and powerful lives. So having those cross-faith conversations, but as well as, look, before you decide to do something reckless,
when you're looking at someone who's living with bipolar disorder and tried to kill himself multiple times when he's properly diagnosed, but he is still doing great work in the field of journalism. When you have someone who lives with multiple sclerosis, but they've traveled outside the U.S., where we know 9 out of 10 people who are U.S. residents will never leave the country. When you have someone who was locked up for 10 years on a murder case, but since he's been out, he's established his own nonprofit. He's got commendations from the city that he lives in. And in fact, some of the places he had to speak were the same places he vandalized as a kid. So if they can do it, you can do it. Seriously. And then the last book that I have up here is Nothing Minor, and it focuses on my 2019 coverage of minor league baseball across the Southeast. I was very intentional in interviewing Black players because we know it's less than 10% of all major leaguers are African American. But the beautiful thing is a number of the players I've interviewed, some of them are from Metro Atlanta, some are on major rosters, including the Seattle Mariners, Cincinnati Reds. So in addition to capturing their stories of the work ethic, team building, those types of things, what's a nice message is that there's a special section on the Negro Southern Leagues Museum in Birmingham, Alabama. A lot of people don't realize that actually has a larger set of archives than the Negro Leagues Museum in Kansas City. And literally, if you're here in Metro Atlanta, a nice cost-effective point, if you have a group of less than 9, it's free to go. If you have 9 or more people, it's $1. And it's right on the same block. Yeah, it's right on the same block as the AA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox, the Birmingham Barons. And the Birmingham Barons get their name from the Birmingham Black Barons. So there's so much of not only the game as it is, but looking optics-wise at people who look like you. That this can be a sports pathway. And then to Trae's point on the audiobook end, the audiobook series I have, the Author's Mixtape, that's definitely for people who are fans of music and spoken word. Everything is freestyle. Like, we literally do everything start to finish in studio. So I got to give shouts to Third Level Entertainment, shouts to Canis Major Digital, who has us on platforms like Tidal, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, Shazam, Deezer, and especially the last 2 volumes, 4 and 5. Shouts to Chris Kinder, who volume 4, the collab, that's where we introduced her. She did 3 tracks, I did 3 tracks, and then we did a duet. And then the current release, volume 5, for Thinking, Believing, Doing, she takes the lead on it. She did 4 tracks, I did 4 tracks. So those, all the audiobooks, like I said, if you're used to streaming and downloading, go ahead and type in the Author's Mixtape, or you can type in my name, Andrew Snorton. I'm even on Pandora for crying out loud.
Brag much? Hey, but this is Tangy Spicey session. Back to the real conversations. I love your information now. Hey, we got to come back. We got to come back. Bring it on back. I have a good question for you. Are you cooking for Christmas? Are you cooking for Christmas? And where's my plate?
The answer is no. If you call me Thanksgiving, yes.
Okay.
But
no plate, no concert, no plate. That's how you gonna do it, friend?
Well, because you be gone anyway. You got your world tour. It's like, I'm thankful I did this meal with you because I may not see you in 2026. So.
No, okay. Are you cooking?
It's to be determined. If I'm here, I'm cooking. And,
okay.
And you heard it here. If I'm here, I'm cooking, and I will save a plate, and that will be it. That is my gift.
Oh.
Wow. There you go. So now I'm on the book. So I'm hoping.
I'm one of the first. See, the book didn't even like it.
The book.
Okay, I'm not cooking this year. I'm going down to my parents' house.
Okay.
I will be driving 14 hours, guys, with 2 dogs. It's gonna be a merry time. Actually, I'm leaving right after we finish 2 days.
Well, safe travels
and Merry Christmas to y'all both.
Oh yeah, it's almost Capricorn season.
Yeah, that's you. That's your season.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's a Capricorn like?
A Capricorn is it's beautiful. It's bright. It's sunny. All that.
It is.
It's beautiful.
Are they the chosen ones?
Oh man, that's like Jesus on the 25th.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I love this.
This is. I tell you what, it's a little bit different being on this side of the mic.
That's okay, though.
I'm all right though. I'm all right with it. Let's see who else gets on the other side of the mic on their own show.
It is different. It is different, but I like it.
Gotta switch it up, man.
Yes.
Too. So how are we looking? Are we almost ready to go to our next break?
Okay.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, Tangy, lead us into the go ahead and do what you're doing.
Coming up next, all three of us, including Jeremy, and we will be right back.
Congratulations to the Sigma Eta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Based in Loganville, Conyers, their recent Black Ice Affair is not only a great party, but it's of the purpose of supporting their ABC2 project, which involves them making stuffed animal donations and more to children's hospitals. Shouts to the men of Alpha Phi Alpha. Join me tomorrow, December 23rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Life with Shanita at the information provided with the theme of Naughty or Nice. Which one am I? I'm not going to tell you, but you definitely need to make sure you tune in tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. Shout to our friends at Life with Shanita. Many thanks to these and other media outlets who have had me interview on their platforms. To find out more, add me on Instagram at Author A. Snorton. Click on the link in the bio. Check out these and other interviews. And that's right, book me. That's right, book me, book me, book me. Thank you very much. If you are based in Los Angeles, not only do you want to keep your head to the sky, you better get a taste of fly when it comes to private bartending, catering, private chef, and more. I'll tell you what, you want to keep it fly, you got to get a taste of fly. Check them out on your favorite social media platforms. And it's that time of year. Yes, I got the hoodies. Look at them. It keeps you all nice and warm any time of year. Oh, wait, I got the t-shirts. That's part of the Author A. Snorton Origin Series. Make sure to add to your wardrobe by hitting me up on Instagram at Author A. Snorton. And don't forget, I've got mugs, bracelets, and more. So check them out. Check me out and add to your collection. Shouts to A. Snorton CCS. We're doing good, but doing it greater is what they're all about. Whether it's academic-based, press and media-based, writing and editing services, and more. Make sure to check us out at the information provided. And make sure to check out the recent articles covering arts and entertainment, community, and more. Make sure to add Deeper Than Your Deepest Sleep, Thoughts on Love with Joseph Snorton, 9 Stories of Faith, Volume 1, and Nothing Minor to your reading library. They're available online at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And check me out on Instagram for all the great bookstores that you can support. And make sure to download the Author's Mixtape audiobook series. It is freestyle music, spoken word, and more. We got 5 editions, including volumes 4 and 5, introducing and featuring Chris 10. It's on 300 of your favorite platforms. Download it today.
Welcome back. It is a special edition of Tangy Spicey at the Conversation Corner, right? Hey, thank you. We got Trae, we got Jeremy. Welcome, everybody.
Hey,
Hold on, I'm going to do it again. Hold on. Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
Okay, it's going to be some random questions, okay? I'm going to start with Jeremy. Do you put sugar or salt in your grits?
We're doing salt and butter and grits.
Epic film. Okay. Do you like fried or crispy chicken? The crispiest or just the fried? Because you know it's the kind that you can burn.
Yeah, but that's the good part. That's what the juicy stuff, the flavor. I mean, I had cooked some chicken before I came here, and
it burnt.
It was crispy, but you could just taste that seasoning.
Oh,
like gumbo or something.
It's the gumbo again. Okay.
Yes, Cajun tea.
You like lactate milk or regular whole milk?
You get older, lactose intolerant.
I know.
I do the other.
I can't do it.
2% milk.
Listen, because it gets
It's actually more almond milk now. So
really?
Yeah, almond milk works for me. So
okay.
Back to the sugar and the grits. So who's doing that?
I do sugar every time, man. Even on my grilled cheese.
I'm gonna need you to stop.
Even on popcorn.
Diabetes is real.
Ooh,
that is true.
But I'm not shaped like diabetes. So listen, all right. So okay, Jeremy, question. Are you a cake person or a pie person? Like you at grandma's house?
I'm definitely a cake person.
For real?
Yeah.
What kind?
My favorite cake, I just, so many. Red velvet. I like a German chocolate cake too.
With some ice cream though?
Nah, see, you're so sweet.
I am.
So
your friends.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, question for you. snack, Trae, a snack, okay?
Okay.
Would you go with a chip or some candy, like sweets?
I'll probably go with some candy, like some Snickers, or I'm old school. Get like Little Debbie, get a Star Crunch.
Debbie?
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie,
get a Star Crunch.
she's still alive?
Oh, she's pumping. This is Christmas time
my
too. Christmas
God.
cake.
Oh, what?
Nothing ain't easy. She gotta get
Okay, Drew. If you went to a party, okay, that's a potluck, okay, and you had the mashed potatoes, or you had coleslaw, and you don't know who cooked it, where you going?
I'm going in my pocket.
I'm
going in my pocket.
Like, I don't know who
I'm
cooked
buying
that
pizza.
thing.
Look here, like real talk, and it's no offense, but you got to pray over each and every meal. And number one, the way you try to be sanitary to prep, other people aren't like that. So you
Especially
got.
ones with cats.
I'll just say, knowing me, out of courtesy, I would get a plate and I would excuse myself, and it would go elsewhere. We're just gonna leave it
We're
there.
gonna put that in the trash.
It would go elsewhere. I'm not gonna confirm or deny. It would go elsewhere.
No, I can agree. I'll probably buy a pizza and eat that and be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I say Uber Eats.
Right.
Actually, you know what I'd do? I'd hightail it right next door to Trends. Actually, real
Yeah.
talk.
Trends is really
I heard it's
good.
good.
Oh my
Trends is the truth.
gosh.
Like seriously, they are the truth.
And they're clean.
Oh heck yeah.
Like very clean.
Oh, man.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
a 998 record.
I mean, they clean.
They like
They're
their health
clean.
Are they
ratings.
casket clean?
I mean,
Their health ratings like
Hey.
96, 97 out of 100. They are like the beautiful thing about these two right next door to each other. You get your culture, you get your self-esteem, you're feeding your mind and your soul coming here. And then you go right next
the
door
mercy.
and you're feeding, they do live music on Thursday, not every Thursday.
And it's like a dope crowd.
It's a good,
Oh
look
my
at here,
gosh.
it's a grown folks
Grown
crowd.
folks.
Now, if you're not grown, don't come.
Yeah.
Stay home.
Stay home,
Go to bed.
seriously.
Yeah,
Like well.
watch Pokemon.
And read a book. Get a book from here
Yeah.
and go home.
Yeah, read How to Climb a Mountain Financially. Yes.
Yeah, that too.
Just read
Yeah.
not only from just the featured authors, but again, like Jeremy said, reading is fundamental. And we talk about you got to start feeding into people early. And this is what they do here. Like I've done a book signing here, but I've also been here on a Saturday where they're doing painting. They have the African artists.
Bangladesh?
Yeah, they do a lot here.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna pass it over to Jeremy. But tell him.
Yeah, shout out to Brown Soil. Brother Kaifas, he comes through and he does the djembe classes on different Saturdays with us. And like Drew said, man, it really is about feeding your mind. I think kind of in this technology-based society we live in, everybody is plugged in. Information is become so cheapened because it's so readily available.
Sure.
And so, and so something is to be said from that, that kind of antiquated thing of opening a book, right? And really studying to show yourself approved, right? Rightly dividing the information that you get. And that way it's more meaningful. And so we'd love to be a part of that experience with you by all means. Like we said, come and see us. Young Gifted and Black Children's Books and Workshop. Y'all got me hungry. I'm talking about Trent.
What's the hours? What's the hours?
What's the hours?
Yeah.
Well, they're I don't want to list them all, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we're 12 to 6. Tuesday and Thursdays we're 10 to 2. And then on Saturdays we're 10 to 7.
Right.
But if you go to our website, all that's right there if that's hard for you to remember.
I do have a good round table question that I sometimes can change the atmosphere. So I'll start with you, Jeremy. Is there something that happened while you were little that possibly basically is affecting you now?
Is there something that happened to me when I was little? I don't know. I mean, in terms of, I guess because that can be good or bad. So I'd say, when I was little, man, good. I just thank God for my parents, man. Like the Nina Simone song said, I had a mother who could pray. You know what I mean? And so I'm genuinely, thoroughly thankful for that, man. I had a grandmother God rest her soul, who could pray, man.
Pray it down.
And, and who anointed us from the crown of our head to the soles of your feet. Every inch of you belongs to God. And so I'm thankful for that. So if I say that there's anything that happened when I was young, it was that. And I'm most certainly thankful for that, exceedingly thankful.
That's good. Okay, you?
I'm the same just because the holidays coming and my mother deceased and granny deceased, so all the people I grew up with that kind of helped shape me, along with my father, because I grew up in a 2-parent household. That kind of affected me, especially when it comes to like cancer and just different other diseases, diabetes, and so forth. So just want to be cautious as far as how I do things myself, and just be appreciative to everybody that's around. Enjoy the moment, the time we spend. Because again, tomorrow's not promised.
Yes. I actually will talk about it. For me, it wasn't a whole lot of emotion in the house. Dad is a dad. So work, sleep, church, gone. That's it. And my mom, she had her own business for 37 years and never closed the door. Very established. And when she got home, she went to sleep. So how it caused me to be who I am, I love everybody, but I'm not going to give you my love like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The trust, like, hey, you can't let everybody in.
Of course not.
You know,
they don't deserve it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'd have to echo like my mom, my dad, like you said, that the elders who have joined the ancestors. Like my grandma passed about this time 4 years ago. My aunt, who's my mom's oldest sister, just passed yesterday. My uncle, one of my uncles on my mom's side, just passed like 2 weeks ago. So, but I know I'm not the only person dealing with that.
Yeah.
So really, like everybody said, a praying grandmother, and I think one of the best quotes from my grandmother on my mom's side is take time to see about folks.
Not text.
Just, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the text. There's nothing wrong with a phone call. But if you can, break bread or get a cup of coffee or something.
You gotta come see about us.
Yeah, just check on your people. Like everybody said. Like everybody said here. Tomorrow is a promise. So you might not be able to do everything, but do what you can. Like the Arthur Ashe quote: "Do what you can." When you can, while you can, and that way you're going to have some regrets, but keep the regrets as minimal as possible. So even with writing a book, that was something on your heart to do. You've done it. We both know people that have talked about, I'm going to do this and haven't done a damn thing.
Nothing at all.
You here have a business. People, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and haven't done a damn thing.
Yeah.
So even, and I'll say this for all of us, we haven't accomplished everything. We haven't reached the apex of what we're going to do, but we're getting closer each and every day because we're dedicated to our grind.
Keyword, dedicated.
We're dedicated to our grind. We're dedicated, we're grounded. Spiritually we're grounded. We're dedicated to our grind. So even if you have to pause and keep going, you just keep doing that. Seriously.
Absolutely. I do want to say that I'm appreciative to the people that are around me. You came and checked on me in a rough time, people. And I mean rough. This year has kicked my booty. It has. But like they say, it's not for the weary. And where I'm about to go is going to be, I'm a smart at that thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a killer. Oh, man. I'm going to start first, say what I'm thankful for, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'm thankful for this year. Friends, people that wouldn't let me give up. The hugs, because I used to miss those in the COVID. It was taken away, and I really like hugs. And I'm appreciative that I'm still here being loved by many. I'm very thankful for that.
Sure. I'll close it out.
Okay. Jeremy?
I'm thankful for you all, man. I'm thankful for Brother Drew for showcasing young gifted and Black children's books and workshop. Thankful for Brother Trae here and his gift to the literary world. And I'm thankful for you, Miss Caliente, for hosting this beautiful event. So I'm thankful for you all. Glad to be amongst you.
Okay, and for me, I'm just thankful just to see another day. Thank you for God. Thank you for my wife, my family, my support system. Thank you to one of my best friends who's the CEO of my publishing company, Eric D. Smith. So give him love. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be here. Thank you, Drew, for this opportunity to promote both of my books, which you can get on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, www.traejohnson.com, TRAE Johnson.com. And thank you, Miss Lady, for hosting.
Boy, did I speak it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll close this out. And, you know, I am thankful just to be here because I don't have to be here. Boy,
Love you. And it's going to be okay.
yeah, I think just, you know, folks to speak life into you. That's just huge.
Amen.
Tough.
Amen.
So thank you.
And we're going to close it out wonderfully by saying love, peace, and chicken grease. You know what?
I thought it was nappy hair.